So Shannon, you and I both own businesses and we've been hearing a lot about ERTC. What does it stand for, and tell me a little bit more about it.
So ERTC stands for Employee Retention Tax Credit. It's basically a program through the CARES Act that refunds business owners, rewarding them for keeping their employees while the pandemic was going on. So what it is it's basically a rebate type program based on the taxes that you have paid as an employer.
Perfect. And then you, as a founder of a nonprofit, you have recently received some of that money coming back to you. How much did you get? And just tell me a little bit about what the process was like.
Yes, I feel like people believe that this is only for certain businesses or for-profit businesses. It's literally for any business that has had any W-2 employees. So regular retail businesses, nonprofits, schools, churches, anyone qualifies. I run a nonprofit organization. At the time we had 16 employees. We filed for our ERTC credit and we got back $49,000.
That is a ton of money.
I know.
Was it hard? What did you have to do?
It was so easy. So basically what they need is your 941, which your payroll company should have on the ready. You get one every quarter. And then you also need personally to look at your revenue for each quarter. And if there is at least a 20% decline from one quarter to the next, meaning like pre-pandemic and then during the pandemic, if your revenue went down by at least 20%, you likely qualify.
Okay, so we've been telling people about this program and we're getting some pushback. What do you think the misconception is? Why are people not understanding?
I feel like a lot of people say, oh, well, I got PPP loans, I got an SBA loan, I don't qualify, or I've been hearing about it, right? I mean, you have to have been living under a rock to not have heard this. I mean, I'm still getting phone calls, text messages, email, hey, you qualify, have you done this yet? And I think a lot of people think, well, I don't qualify because I got these other loans, or my payroll person says I don't qualify. But what I'm finding is that a lot of people don't understand that their payroll person doesn't understand it. So, for example, my nonprofit received 2 rounds of PPP and an SBA loan, and we still qualified for the credit. So it's super, super easy for you to find out if you qualify.
And how do you do that?
So you reach out to either myself or Melanie, and I will put that information, the phone number and the emails to reach out to either one of us to just find out if you qualify. Super easy. You tell us the 941 details and your revenue if it dropped, and then she takes it from there. Melanie, I'm just kind of the ambassador. Melanie really does all the details and the hard work. And it's totally free for her to do that check. So she will, and it's pretty quick. I think I submitted my forms to her, and by the next day, she said, hey, you get $49,000. And I was like, oh my gosh, free money.
Right. But you did have to pay her. It's not all the way free. Tell us a little bit about, how it works, what she charges, when do you have to pay it, that whole process.
Yeah, so it's definitely not free. And, those companies that are reaching out that are saying, hey, get this done, the average cost that people are charging to do this is between 15% and 30% of what you'll be getting back, which is still fine because you're getting, a lot more back in cash. However, Melanie at SBF Payroll is only charging 10%. So that's the lowest rate that I've seen.
Me too. I've done a search nationally because we're trying to promote this to small businesses and nonprofits. We want everybody to get money back in their pockets. So I want to clarify something. For Melanie to run this check, it's free. Whether it's a yes or a no, you don't have to pay. And then if you decide to move forward with her, she charges 10% of the amount that is calculated that you are going to get back.
Yes, and it's upfront. So that's, that was a bit of a shock for me because I had to give her $4,900. But it was worth it because I was able to give her that money for her effort, for her time. Then she processes it through the IRS. And then I would say, she told me it could take anywhere between 4 months to 6 months. I would say I probably got my checks from the IRS at the 3-month mark.
Perfect.
And now that I feel like a lot of people have already done it, the backlog is probably not as severe, so it might be even faster. Come to think of it, another business owner that I know, they did it, and I think they got their checks in 2.5 months. So as long as you can kind of like get that money together to get the process going, you know, you're gonna get a ginormous check back.
And this check is coming from the IRS. This
Yes.
is a legitimate program.
Yeah.
It's not some kind of scam.
Yeah, I wish I would have brought my letters, because
Yeah.
you get a letter from the IRS that, you know, so when you see the IRS letter in your mailbox, don't freak out, because it's actually a letter that says, you know, this is your refund that you're owed. And so I qualified for 2 out of the 4 quarters. So I got 2 separate letters, one for each quarter, and it told me, this is how much you qualified for this quarter, this is for this one, expect to see your checks shortly, and they probably came like a week later.
Okay, so then you're doubly safe, because she'll file the information with the IRS, and the IRS will actually confirm exactly what is gonna happen.
Exactly.
Yeah.
In fact, honestly, the IRS gave me more than she had even said, you know, by like maybe a few $100s, but it was definitely worth it. It was very exciting. It happened very quickly. And as you know, I was so excited and pleased with her effort, and knowing what other people are charging, I'm feeling like it's my mission to let people know you can use Melanie SBF Payroll. And you don't have to be a client of
That was
SBF
gonna be my
Payroll.
next question.
Yeah, you don't have to be a client of hers. I mean, we do our payroll through her, but that is irrelevant. She can process this for any business owner, no matter who you're using for your payroll, and anywhere in the United States.
Yeah.
Anywhere.
And I just want to share that there was a nonprofit here who thought they did not qualify for this particular money coming back. They kept saying no, 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 and then finally they ran a check and they got almost $400,000 back.
$400,000.
Almost $400,000.
So even if you've been told you don't qualify, it's not going to take you very long to have that double check, because just double check.
And the program changed, right?
Yes.
So that's part of the confusion.
Yes.
So
yes.
it's not that those people that are, you know, having confusion are dumb.
No,
the program did change.
The program did change, and
Yes.
it recently was going to be ending for your ability to apply for the credit in March of next year. Now it's been extended to April of 2024, possibly 2025 on the horizon. Now the timelines don't change, so you're still comparing to 2019 to 2020, but your ability to file has been extended. So that's great, because that means even though I feel like I've been inundated with, you know, hey, have you filed for your ERTC? People still are not doing it because it's weird, it's confusing.
It's scary. It could be a
scary.
scam.
It's gonna be a scam.
Right.
That does sound like a scam, right? You get a random message from somebody you don't know. So I'm telling you right now, you can always reach out to me. I'm a real human being. I run a nonprofit. I also have a business. My name is Shannon Shea. You can reach me at my phone number, my email. You know, I'm not making this up. This is like a for real legitimate thing.
Right, exactly. And I work with dozens, hundreds of nonprofits, and I'm here to spread the word because, as we know, nonprofits need money any way that they can get them. Yeah. And I have seen the actual checks, pictures of your checks. I actually saw the real ones because I remember I was at the Rap Foundation when those checks came in. Yeah. So
it's exciting.
Yeah, it is very exciting.
It really is. Like I said, when you get letters from the IRS, it can be a little unnerving as a business owner, but these were the best IRS letters I've ever gotten.
Yes, everyone was very excited for that day, for sure, for sure. Well, thank you for sharing this, and they can reach out to you, right? Feel free to email you, call you. You're going to leave the information. We'll put it in the captions or above or somewhere.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah. Awesome. All right. Well, thank you so much.
Sign up. Reach out to Melanie at...
I don't know Melanie's information off the top of my head.
But what's the name of her company?
Oh, SBF Payroll. Sorry, girl. Sorry. Yes. No, SBF Payroll. And I will put Melanie's information in there and my information.
Perfect.
So if you want to know like what the process was as a business owner, that's my forte. If you want to know like what the nuts and bolts are, then that's Melanie's forte. And we'll have all that in the video.
All right. Sounds good.
Awesome.
Let us know if you sign up.